Hi, I'm Rob Bellinger, Digital Media Editor at Norton Publishing. And what I'd like to do is briefly introduce our proposal for South by Southwest EDU 2018, which is really aimed at answering the question, what does it take to create a successful science learning video game for the higher education market? Now, if you're watching this video, you probably already know that there's been a lot of research and frankly a lot of hype about the potential for games in education. There have been a lot of awesome games created, but let's face it, many of them are not for higher ed. So we looked at that as sort of an opportunity, and we started by focusing on a challenge, looking at courses taken by students who are not going to major in science, but have to study science in order to graduate. And we focused on astronomy, which is an area where instructors struggle sometimes to motivate their students. Students know that they're not going to go on in astronomy. They wonder, why am I here? And instructors need to get them motivated to approach the material and engage with it in a meaningful way. And in order to meet that challenge and help instructors engage students, video games seemed like a perfect fit. So we worked with stakeholders, including our authors and developers and game designers, to look at those challenges, but we realized that we needed a lot more feedback to get where we were going to end up eventually. And that feedback is what our panel picker proposal is really all about. How we iterated on both plans and in software over the course of over 5 years to arrive at the game we have today. Now, some of the places that feedback came from was insights from past research, playtest feedback from instructors and students, collaborative discussion on our team among those developers and designers and astronomers, and even real gameplay data, because our game actually reports data on what players do on their individual devices back to their instructor. And so the result of this iteration over 5+ years is a game called At Play in the Cosmos. It's just launched this calendar year. We're really proud that it is a finalist for Best Learning Game of the Year at Games for Change. But another thing that we realize is looking cool and maybe winning an award is not necessarily enough to convince educators to try it out. There's a bit of a confidence gap when it comes to games. They're a new medium. People think they sound interesting, think they sound cool, but the burden is really on us as developers to make educators feel confident about incorporating educational games into their syllabi. And we're going to talk a little bit about that as well, about the feedback we received from college professors who reviewed the game and even play tested it, and the suggestions that they gave us to help them feel more confident about requiring the game of their students. Our hope for our proposed session is that people will come who are educators, who are game developers, maybe a mix of both, and that they'll find meaningful takeaways that they can incorporate into games they may be designing, they may be playing, or they may be asking their students to play. We believe the insights we can share through our case study will help further the cause of educational video games, particularly in higher ed. And for that reason, we're really excited about the opportunity to come to Austin in 2018 and present. Thank you.